child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports and it's brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, a true Southern flavor since 1947. Order online at ConecuhSausage.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. On yesterday's edition of Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR, we were joined by the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
And I kind of joked with him about coming out of the locker room. And he was talking about the emotion of the guys. And I said, there's a little emotion from the coach, too, from what we saw in the entrance video. And he sheepishly grinned and said, yeah, I forget sometimes how soon those start. And so it was almost like, I don't know that I would have done that if I'd known I'd been on camera. But I thought it was great for the fans to see that side of him and see that he was indeed as pumped for that game as he was and the job he did in making sure his guys were ready to go right from the start, truly, as they came out of the locker room.
I'll have more in a moment.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
Make plans to join us tonight for Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, presented by Alpha Insurance, live at Baumhower's Victory Grille in Tuscaloosa at 6 p.m. Central. You can listen to Hey Coach on our full radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as watch the video stream on all Alabama Athletics social media platforms. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by Conecuh Sausage. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. I know your accident is the real thing, and they happen to real people.
I'm attorney Justin Lackey. There's a lot of talk right now about bigger, but when you've had a wreck, is bigger better?
I'm attorney Jennifer Lackey. Do you want to be just a case number?
With offices in Huntsville and Scottsboro, we take the time to help.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4-RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. Are those new school clothes wearing out that old washer and dryer? Well, it's time to get off the bus at Owen Home Appliance Center and learn what a new Speed Queen washer can do for you. They're in stock and are ready for delivery now. At Owen Home Appliance Center, quality products, quality pricing, quality service. It's right there in the name, Owen Home Appliance Center. 2 locations to serve you, Highway 36 in Somerville and the interactive location at Highway 231 in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river.
Hold your block until the whistle blows.
From SEC Media Days to the National Championship game.
This was a great team win.
We are 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. WCZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama.
97.7 ESPN The Zone. This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
It's Wednesday. We are here at Baumhower's Victory Grille trying to give away Bob's tickets. I think this is your last opportunity, and we will draw a winner next week. So you need to come on by here. We're here for an hour. How are you, West Neighbors?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. We're talking with Drew to hear about
Drew DeArmond's with us.
Yes,
Ken Williamson has been permanently suspended from officiating conference games.
Alabama fans rejoice.
Yeah, so
there's some Georgia fans that as well would rejoice.
Tennessee won't because they had him he was in their pocket.
Yeah, so it was. I've been talking about him, and I don't want anybody to lose their job. And
no,
I hope he learns from it, can come back. Yeah, indefinitely suspended. Though is what they said. There's no definite when he'll come back. Yeah,
the SEC release is permanently suspended.
Yep, that's what
from officiating conference games.
Yeah.
So this means he'll probably do some non-conference games the week of the week before the Iron Bowl.
But he's been doing it a long time too. So
I've been talking about him for years. Since 22, when it seems that the games he does, Alabama has a better chance of getting beat. And the games when he doesn't call, obviously he did the Auburn game, which was so controversial the whole game.
Yeah.
There's several calls in the Auburn-Georgia game that were controversial. And
are we ready?
I would like to talk to somebody, though, that at the conference that would tell us exactly why was he suspended and what did he not do.
I'll reach out to John McDade.
And what did he not do that caused him to be suspended? Was it something he did? Was it just a bunch of complaints like Drew was talking about, or was it something procedurally that he wasn't doing? All I know is every game he does, there's a ton of penalties. And when I see him on somebody else's game,
oh boy,
I say, thank you that he's not doing Alabama's game.
Yeah.
It is teleconference Wednesday. And I'll tell you what, let's get into it. Had a chance to talk to Lane Kiffin today. Here is that conversation with the Ole Miss head coach. I heard you talking quite a bit about cleanup from the Georgia game. Ultimately, what was the biggest lesson you think that this team hopefully learned in that Georgia game moving forward for your team, Coach?
You got to finish games off. We're up by 2 scores late in the third. Actually, have them stopped on 4th and 1, and the guy keeps moving his feet, and we don't finish the tackle, and we're going to have the ball up 9 points in their territory going into the fourth quarter. So you got to finish things. Doesn't matter what you've done up to that point in the game. Obviously, we hadn't played well on defense. We played great on offense. You got to keep playing. You got to keep doing things. So kind of said that earlier in the year that we didn't finish off games like we liked, up 2 scores actually in a number of games. They ended up being 1-score games so we didn't finish them, and said when we play better teams, it's going to get us, and it got us.
Well, what are the differences that going from a Kirby defense to a Brent Venables defense? Tell me what you see difference-wise and just scheme-wise, similar or different in between Kirby and Brent Venables, Coach.
Yeah, they couldn't be any more different. They both are awesome at what they do, and they get players that fit their schemes, but they're completely different. Brent runs every defense ever invented, and so the Kirby doesn't run as many things, tries to be really good at what they do. So obviously both philosophies work, especially when you get your players and get them right after a couple of years, like he has there. And like I said, they do a great job of the overall everything, playing plays. Like I said, the signal thing, that's a compliment. I mean, that's part of your job, is to ready your players all week for the plays that come, and then try to figure out on game day what they are. And they do a great job. And obviously coaches talk for years, and he's done this for a long time. It's always been one of the elite information gatherers during the game, if that's a better term.
If you had maybe a message to deliver to the committee, now that we're a little less than 2 weeks away from their first, what would be the message to the committee in terms of what they do in selecting the right 12 teams, Coach?
Well, first off, I'm not even thinking about that. So don't take this. You're asking me a question, I'm going to answer it. It's not because I'm thinking about it. It's not because any of that. You're asking it. So, and I've mentioned this before. What would Vegas do? They're the best at what they do. By far. Way better than any committee, way better than anybody could. When you look at teams and you're saying this team or that team and comparing them, if it was a neutral game, what would Vegas make the spread? And that should tell you who the better team is. What would Vegas make the spread? And then if you had to bet your own money, your kids' college funds committee, who would you bet on? On a money line. So without the points. To me, that tells you a lot. Who would Vegas make as a favorite when you're looking at the teams and on a neutral site? That would be the best way to determine who the best teams are. And Vegas doesn't go, well, there's already this many from this conference, so this team probably shouldn't go. There you go.
There you go. That is Lane Kiffin, as only Lane Kiffin can be.
He just didn't say have a great day.
He did not say have a great day. I was the last person to ask him a question again.
Yeah.
But that last question was honestly brought on. I asked the first two questions to Lane, but then Kirk Bowles came up.
The great Kirk Bowles.
And asked him about the committee. And he just kind of flippantly said, well, the best 12 teams weren't picked last year.
Well, 100%. We all know that.
But he then turned around and said, I'm not saying Ole Miss was one of the 12 teams.
Well, I think between Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Alabama, somebody should have gone.
So how about?
I thought Ole Miss was the best team.
So let me say this. Well, I think they were, to be honest with you. I think Ole Miss had the best team of the three. The problem was they didn't always play like it.
That's right.
And if Blaine would have kicked his field goals, they'd been undefeated.
How about that?
That's a good point.
So, but all that being said, the problem with what Vegas is good at is picking matchups, where they're being played, and doing a line. But that changes from place to place, right?
Well, that's why he
said
and
matchups. So
he said neutral field.
Right. He said neutral field, but that's not what they're good at. They're good at what they're excellent at is where it's being played, what the matchup is, and coming up with a over under and a line.
Yep.
And so I kind of was interesting. Now his answer was I saw what I was expecting, and it is a thought. They ought to have at least a say, right? That should be part of the thing that the committee,
because they care about one thing and one thing only, and that is getting both sides to bet equally. But they're right way more than they're not right.
100%.
To the point I reached out to ESPN Research, and they gave me back just pure favorites, not point spreads, but money lines, pure point spreads. Since 2004, Vegas is hitting about 75%, so 74.8% strictly on who's winning the game and who's being favored.
So I think that ought to come along with strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying? So you strength the schedule, okay. Who would be favored in this game?
Yep.
So there you go.
That's why I wanted to lead with that.
If it's close. I mean, if it's not close, in other words, some team has 4 losses and the other team has 2 losses, I don't think it should even be discussed.
Yeah.
But if it's close, strength of schedule should be, if one team has 3 losses, another team has 2, then it should be looked at. Strength of schedule definitely needs to be looked at then, and it wasn't last year, and that's why I was so mad.
We are at Baumhower's Victory Grill. Drew DeArmond's here with us. It's a Wednesday teleconference day. Drew is here, and so far, Alabama's undefeated on Wednesdays when I say Big C is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. What do you say there, Big C?
Hey, Steve. Hey, Wes. Hey, Drew. How y'all all doing?
We're really good. It's always good to beat Tennessee.
That's correct. And the interception was a big backbreaker, and you could see it coming where I was sitting from.
Outstanding.
Well, I mean,
and it was,
to me, he should have kicked the field goal 3 plays ago.
I agree. I was thinking they should have just took the point.
I was thinking this guy's pushing it
16-10. Yeah,
I didn't know that you were going to intercept and take it, but I was thinking,
well,
this isn't very smart. This is playing. Take your points and to me, the way they had played and the way Alabama played, they were lucky to be that close.
Yeah, well,
in my opinion.
They were, and Big C will get a kick. Big C always tells us great stories. I'm going to tell them a story. Anyway, I'm up there on the 3rd row C in the press box, and I'm zooming in with my binoculars, and then I look away for a split second before the play because I'm looking at the stat, and then all of a sudden somebody punches me in the side, and I look up, and I saw him break on the ball and then pick it, and then he continues to slap me. And I'm just like,
that's right in front of the press box.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. And then I reach out my hand and says, because I was like, in other words, what I was telling him is he's got to score because, of course, this is keeping Tennessee off the board, but the clock is going to run out. And I saw Deshaun Bishop running. First, I thought it was Star Thomas, but Deshaun Bishop was running like crazy, and I thought he's the only one that's got a chance. But then the little okey doke and the high step, and it's a great day in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that was a good move he made at the end there. And
yes, sir.
The guy, whoever he was really getting downtown.
John Bishop. Bishop had a great game.
Yeah, his second half was outstanding.
Is he the one that scored on the long run in the second half for them?
Yes, sir. Yeah. When I almost puked.
All right. Okay. Let's just play what if. If Tennessee had gone ahead and kicked the field goal. Now, when that guy for Tennessee scored on that long touchdown run, what part, how far in the third quarter was it? And what was this? Alabama was probably up 27-3. But was that their first or second drive that Tennessee had the ball in the second half?
They held Alabama on a 3-and-out, Big C, and that was their first possession of the third quarter. And they scored, and it made the score. Yeah, so it made the score 23-13.
I still understand. Why was he going for 2 at that moment?
14, I'm sorry.
They felt like he needed to.
24-14, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would have been tied, I think.
Yeah.
Or Tennessee might have been ahead.
Yeah, Tennessee would have probably been ahead at that point, 17 to it would have been 17-16 at that point. It was
I'm just glad he did what he did.
Because it was 23-7 at half.
Yeah.
It would have been a huge momentum shift.
Slightly, to say the least.
Yeah.
I'm glad Kirby decided to go for it on 4th down at the end of the game against Georgia, because I don't know if we could have beaten them in overtime or not.
No, I think here's the deal. When he did that, there was 13 minutes left.
Yeah.
Did you know that, C? We controlled the whole fourth quarter of that game.
Yeah.
Okay. We moved the ball. Yes. Yeah. There were 13 minutes over 13 minutes left in the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've been proud of this team is offensively in the fourth quarter. They have played very well and moved the ball, gotten first downs. They finished the game, except against Missouri.
Right.
They struggled a little bit.
But they have also cut down penalties.
Yes, which helps. It gives you a chance to win the game.
And Williamson's not officiating.
Now, what's the deal about this guy getting suspended from the SEC referee?
Well, I've been talking about him for 5 years, Steve.
Yeah. I mean, what immediately comes to mind is Alabama, Tennessee,
2022.
I'm gonna tell you, South Alabama game, he personally called 5 holding penalties on Alabama in that game. And now, 2 of them you could have called. The other 3 were awful calls. Awful. You know, and we had 2 holding penalties against Missouri. Reason we had to kick a field goal.
They were almost back to back.
Yeah, they were shaky calls,
especially the one on Dewberry.
Yeah, I thought that was just got pushed the guy to the ground. All
Yeah,
he did.
he just dominated him.
So I don't know.
Now, let me ask y'all this. I know he played well considering him having a concussion, but the other guy, Hill, when they put him in the fourth quarter, really played well. Y'all think he's getting better and better each week? Talking about Hill, the running back.
Daniel Hill.
Yes. Yeah, no question. I mean, he's been hurt, too. He got hurt in camp. He hadn't been 100% for a while, and he's getting there. He's getting better. I mean, listen, I said the running back room would be fine by the end of the year, and I believe they got a lot of talent. I think they got a lot of young talent. Last year's recruiting class, it isn't like Deontay Smith's class, but it isn't far off either. They have some really good players that are playing right now. Listen, they give this guy time. I think the players generally love him too. Yeah, I mean, I love. You see how fired up he was before the game? That's contagious, there, guys. If it's genuine, which it look genuine to me.
Yeah, I don't think he does anything that's not genuine.
Well, I agree with that.
Now, what are y'all talking about? Who are you talking about now? Our new
Kalen DeBoer. Kalen DeBoer.
Talking about. That's good. He looks like he's starting to pick up what's going on in the SEC too, which is good.
Oh yeah.
I think last year, I talked to a friend and I said, "Well, it's a transition." Well, that's an excuse. Well, I don't know. When you get into something that get playing or go into a different situation, it still takes time to adjust. And Simpson is still playing well, and I hope he keeps on going like he's going. And y'all think he's coming back, or you think he's gone after this?
No, he's gone.
If this keeps up,
he'll be a top first round pick.
Yeah, top 5, top 10, whatever.
Hell, I'd whip his ass if he came back. It'd be stupid.
Yeah, ESPN research. This is notes from Kuiper's big board.
Here we go.
Has Lenoris, then Todd.
That's going to be real interesting, too, because Lenoris is very talented.
Yeah.
So Alabama's going to have to play well this weekend because he could single-handedly keep them in the game.
No, 100%. And this is a trap game. I'm more nervous about this game than any. You lose to Tennessee in a close game, even though it's at home, you're okay.
Yeah.
You lose to South Carolina, and now you got Florida State who's not doing well.
Yeah, it's 2 bad losses.
2 bad losses all of a sudden, and the
OC is going to be motivated to beat you, and you certainly don't want to lose to him in his 1982 playbook.
It's 86.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
See who you got on tomorrow.
I don't have anybody. Well, I might can get somebody on, but I don't want to say because I don't have anybody on. But I do got somebody in particular I'd like to get. And I might, if I can't get them this week, I'll get them next week. Because he was a junior when your daddy was a freshman at Alabama. If I can get a hold of this person, you got a pretty good idea. I think you know who I want to get a hold of, Wes. But if we can, we're going to just talk about Alabama, South Carolina, the record between Alabama and South Carolina. What else are we going to talk about?
My dad then beat South Carolina.
Yeah.
Right? They had Roman Gabriel as a quarterback.
No, that was at North. He was at North Carolina.
North Carolina State. Excuse me. That's right. Yeah. I knew it was somewhere around there.
I knew Steve would get it right.
You were right. You were in the geographic locations of you were
I was close.
That part of it.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But anyway, they somebody told me when he was playing pro football, Big Roman would sort of take a skid in the grass and somebody made a comment about it, and then somebody, you remember Butch Henry, or do you ever know him or know him?
I did, of course, yes.
Daddy.
Yes.
Anyway, he said that he hit him one time. He said he was pretty solid guy.
He looked like he was. Wasn't he like a Native American? What Roman Gabriel? Yeah, I think he was.
Yes, he was.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know what tribe he was a member of, but he was a Native Native American, at least 50% of that total. But he had Indian blood in him, and
yes,
and they're pretty tough folks to try to tackle. I'll say that much.
See, how can folks tune you in on there on Facebook?
Go to Talking TALKIN ' Sports with Big C. Like us, and you can call us at 334-799-4922 if you want to call in, or if you don't want to call in, you can make comments, and I'll say hello to you, and we'll read the comment out if somebody's listening and can't see it. But anyway, that's what we got going on.
Outstanding.
First trip to Columbia since the Hurdle game and Najee Harris.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Big C. The big board for NFL prospects from Mel Kiper Jr. in this game. It begins with Lenore Sellers, followed by Ty Simpson, then Caden Proctor, Jeremy Bernard, Parker Brailsford, LT Overton, Tim Keenan, Justin Jefferson, Brandon CC, is that right? CISSE, Bray Hubbard, and Jalen Kilgore.
I'm anxious. I know you just read those off, but where does he have those guys ranked as far as their position?
He just listed.
Oh, because I've heard Bray Hubbard is the number 2 safety on his board behind Caleb Downs, which is interesting. And then
position rank for Bray Hubbard is second.
Yeah,
he does not list.
And I heard that he has Proctor around the 25th overall on the board.
25th on the
which
big board.
Would be a late first rounder, which is a little surprising.
Excuse me. He has Ty Simpson ranked ahead of Lenore Sellers in his overall rank.
Wow.
Ty Simpson is 16th on the list. Lenore is 21st. So,
well, I can just say this: Ty wasn't even on the boards, I don't think, before the season started.
No.
We saw Mac ended up going 15th in 2000 after the 2020 season, mid first round in New England. I think if Ty continues on this, this level of play, he's going to get into the top 10. That would be my prediction. Now, we all know that quarterbacks get moved up and up and up and up, but I just think it's a pretty solid prediction. And to be honest with you, I don't want him to go 1 or 2 if it has to be to the Jets or the Browns. I mean, stay the hell away. I'd put if I were his dad, I would pull an Archie Manning and no Mossett. Be like, either one of y'all try to draft us, we're out of here. Trade it.
We're live here at Baumhower's Victory Grille. You can come on by and try to win Bob's tickets. And as I mentioned, it is teleconference Wednesday. I had a chance to talk to Kalen DeBoer. This ends a very long stretch here for Alabama. Ranked team, ranked team, ranked team, ranked team. This is an unranked team, which has proven, at least over the last year, an issue. Road game, unranked opponent. This is a tough stretch that you've been on, and you're about to head into a bye week. But here we go with a non-ranked opponent on the road, and I wonder how much maybe you lean into that for this final test before a bye week, Coach.
Well, I think there's a lot of guys that understand, especially the ones that were here a year ago, how tough of a game this was, and really South Carolina's in a similar spot, with their record and the way that they finished the season and the fight that they have. It was evident. And they got a lot of same personnel. They got a lot of preseason All-Americans and projected draft picks on that team. And, we're going into their place, going to be in a great environment. So we understand the challenge, and we aren't done with the stretch. We're still in the stretch, and we're not thinking ahead to next week where there's a bye week. We are thinking about we're in the middle of our season. We're in the middle of the fight, and this is where teams really separate themselves because some just kind of try to get through the back half here. We want to keep the pedal down and keep attacking and getting better. And I feel like our guys really have understood how we've gotten to this point and the intentionality, the discipline to the process that goes into each and every week being successful on Saturday.
Now that we're over halfway through the season, Coach, there is a lot of attention on Ty and the word Heisman. And I wonder if what you think about that. He has certainly earned that right, but two, of whether or not we should have a very real conversation about Ty being a front runner for the Heisman right now, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, in our building, he's not bringing it up. Our coaches aren't bringing it up. Everyone knows, I think, that individual accolades come along when your team is successful, and especially when you're the quarterback, if you're winning football games. And with our system revolving around a lot of what the quarterback can do, that will take care of itself if we continue to win. And, I think that's really the way the Ty's approached it. He's going to get asked questions about it here and there, but I really appreciate where his headspace is on focusing on the team.
That is Kalen DeBoer.
I wish do y'all get to interview Ty Simpson?
I have once. Drew has done more than
I
I
got a question for you. I got a question I want you to ask.
Sure.
What, Ty, when basically the first game, when the camera was on you, you looked disheveled, shocked, and unprepared for the moment that you were going through. He didn't play that bad. If you go back and look, he had 3 or 4 bad plays, but other than that, he didn't play that
Ryan
bad.
needed a sack.
Yeah. So what changed, and when did it change?
That's a good question. I mean, they always make him available. Usually what they do is they give you 3 or 4 players and then
all at the same time.
Well, but no, what they've started doing is they do that. They'll give Ty, he'll be the 5th guy, and they'll give him the podium.
Georgia, man, they were
this time this past game, they did 3 players, and then they did 2 podiums. They did Ty. We were all getting ready to leave, and all of a sudden they said, "Where are you going?" Xavier Brown's coming. And then because I thought about it. Yeah, they hadn't brought. He made the biggest defensive play of the game.
Yep.
And they put Xavier
maybe of the year.
Yeah, at the podium.
Well, Caden Proctor. I'm only messing with him.
I mean, that's the only downside. If Alabama, I will say this, and this was asked of Kalen DeBoer by a great friend of ours that we all know very well. What would he do if it was a minute and a half to go on the 2-yard line, still up 17? And he said he would run the football. I wish they could have done that with the big man.
Let's some other news that broke this afternoon. Not only a referee getting suspended, but Tony Vitello is headed due west. He will indeed be the new manager of the San Francisco Giants. So congratulations to Tony as he goes from the Vols to the Giants. And all of a sudden, if you're a baseball fan out there, and I'm a baseball fan, those antics, I don't know how that's going to translate to the MLB folks.
Well,
but
if it's hard to roll a wooden bat, but you can put bouncy balls in them. Just hope they don't bust.
I did have a conversation with Shane Beamer. Oh, he's got plenty of we'll hear from Shane Beamer on the other side.
Anyway, Steve, you know Shane loves you.
Oh yeah. Let's let's go ahead and take our first time out. Go ahead, Wes.
I can't believe you didn't play the flush thing for
if I could, I
Easter Bunny
would.
today.
If I could, I would. I absolutely would have. Yes.
Some explosive plays and
and he denied it. He denies that.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Anybody want that as a ringtone?
Oh, man.
Let's take our first time out. We'll monitor those explosive plays,
some
Coach.
explosive plays and
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If zero down on a new Ford sounds good, you need to swing by Jordan and Sparkman before October 31st. Hello, I'm Don Wessels with Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499 leases that come with zero down and 2 years of premium complimentary maintenance too. Choose a 2025 F-150 STX Crew Cab with the 2.7 liter for $499 a month. A new F-150 less than $500 a month. Or choose its electric brother, the F-150 Lightning, for just $399 a month. Woody Anderson Ford also has 2025 Broncos and Explorers for $499 a month and Bronco Sports and Escapes for only $399 a month. And remember, these leases are zero down and come with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. 36-month leases with zero down. First payment due at signing, no security deposit. Plus tax, title tag, fees, and your good credit. Offers end October 31st. Now is the time for a Woody Anderson Ford. Come on in. We can't wait to see you.
This is Bill Crawford with Crawdad's Countdown to Kickoff. I've recently had a stem cell procedure on my right knee from Dr. Charles Lee of Regenesis. Stem cells are harvested from your body and re-administered back into your body. This approach is painless, quick, and requires no lengthy rehab. My knee feels better already. Regenesis is located at 4601 Whitesburg Drive in Huntsville, Alabama. Call 256-715-8193 or Google their website for more information.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Due to popular demand, this offer is extended through September 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at WoodyAndersonFord.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
They put a parking lot on a piece of land.
Where the supermarket used to stand.
Been a minute since I've heard this.
They put up a bowling alley on the side.
I was getting worried about you guys. I see Wes standing there
no.
for the
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
And nothing happened, and then nothing happened.
I was just enjoying hearing the tune.
And if you want to have a good time like this, become dancing. WZZN has Zone Deals. Go to 977ESPN.com. Upper left corner says savings never tasted so good. Check out our big Zone Deals. Lots of food, lots of golf. Still some good weather to play around at golf and not break a sweat.
Oh, it was beautiful today.
There's all sorts of fun things, and we're adding more all the time. 977ESPN.com. Savings never tasted so good. It's our Zone Deals. You can double your money with our Zone Deals.
Thank you very much, Brian Temple.
His own deals. I mean, the other day I ate myself into a coma when I went to Good Company.
You can do that.
That's not hard to do.
I mean, they have tremendous pimento cheese, by the way.
Oh, the pimento cheese is good, too.
Yeah.
Alabama remains nearly a 2-touchdown favorite on the road, taking on South Carolina. I want to say back in 2010, without looking it up, they were like an 11-point favorite.
Yeah, well, earlier in the season that year, they played poor football in Fayetteville, and they were lucky to escape.
That's the 14-13 year.
No. This was the Dre Kirkpatrick, Robert Lester interceptions year.
Okay.
And Ryan Mallett, the late Ryan Mallett, was the quarterback. And really, Arkansas controlled the game for most of it, but late they came apart.
Yeah.
And Alabama stole it, I think, 24-21, 24-20, something like that. Played poorly, but won. And Saban talked about that. Talked about you got to understand that, in other words, it shouldn't have been that close. You escaped, but understand what you have to do to get better. And then Alabama eventually did not. And South Carolina, with Stephen Garcia, and then the future.
We're going to see Stephen Garcia Saturday. That's happening. I mean, you tell me.
Probably Alshon Jeffrey too.
Yeah.
Hell, probably Spurrier. But anyway, I mean, they just tore Alabama up, and
Spurrier Jr. is now prominent coach there for Florida.
Oh, I know, but I did crack up when they asked Steve Spurrier about Billy Napier and what happened. He said, "Your coach is as good as his record." That was Spurrier's quote.
Here is my conversation with Shane Beamer from earlier today. Yeah, you mentioned right there about Ty. Offensively, how different does Alabama look under Coach Grubb? I realize different quarterback too, but scheme-wise, do you see any big differences from last year to this year, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot of the same stuff. Obviously, that entire offensive staff is still there. That last year, those guys had come from Washington and were part of that system, and Coach DeBoer being the head coach, nothing has changed. But certainly, when you have a new play caller, he'll bring his own, flavor and style. So I would say there's, certainly a lot of similarities, but then there's certainly things you look at and see some things that are different style quarterbacks. Last year was Jalen Milroe and some of the quarterback run game and things that are being winning. And now, with Ty Simpson, he's still an athlete. Certainly hurts you with his legs, but drop back pass and what they're able to do from that standpoint, running the ball, phenomenal offensive line that is doing a great job of protecting the quarterback. So they're, look similar, have some differences, but one thing that obviously jumps out is just the efficiency that they're operating at right now. You look at their time of possession. I think in their last 4 games, their offense has had it for 38 minutes, 35, 32, and 31, if I'm not mistaken. So they're doing a great job of operating at a high level.
And, Coach, if I heard you right yesterday, of what I could hear from your press conference yesterday, how healthy are you heading into this matchup? And is this possibly the healthiest you've been for a while?
It is. We played the Oklahoma game last week, Steve. When I did this teleconference last week, we had 3 offensive linemen we knew that, probably weren't going to play against Oklahoma. And then during the game, we lost 3 more offensive linemen. So there's 6 offensive linemen that weren't able to finish the game that had started games for us this season. All those guys we expect to play this week, except for one. That would be Case and Henry. That's who started at offensive tackle against Missouri. But yes, it's the healthiest we've been certainly since the Missouri game last month. And we're not. I wouldn't say that those guys are 100%, but they'll be able to play this weekend. Is our anticipation as we sit here on Wednesday.
Well,
I mean,
healthier.
Healthier. That doesn't sound like they're too healthy to me.
Now, Dylan Stewart's got a hip flexor. He missed at least about half of Oklahoma game night, and he's a great rusher. Their front, I didn't realize how good their front was last year until the game started. And then I was like, oh, boy. They got three guys in the NFL, and then Stewart will be after next year. So they gave Alabama all kind of problems. And so and now, as Wes, I'm sure you know, they've got three starters in their front seven that were at Alabama.
Yes.
Monkel Goodwine, defensive tackle, and then they've got two linebackers. He never played
very much.
No, he did not.
But he's been productive this year.
He has, and Sean Murphy has been really good for him. He didn't play at Alabama at all except special teams. And then the one that I hated to lose was Justin Oronquo.
Yeah.
And he's going to be a really good player.
Overall, the linebacker play this year for Alabama, where
it's gotten a lot better from the first game. Justin Jefferson has made a ton of plays where he was lost, got knocked on his butt, and it looked like he didn't know what to do in the first game. He's improved tremendously, making plays. He had a couple big plays against Pavia. He rushes the pass. He does a lot of good things. He'll probably be the guy that'll spy a lot on Sellers. He was the guy spying Pavia. He has played very well. 41.
Mekhi Hill-Green.
Which we knew before the season was going to be a player. He's played very well. Last week, Zero made a bunch of plays. Now on the run, it was his. He overran the play. The linebackers play everything inside out. Inside linebackers is the number one rule. He overran the play. He just made a bad read. And I don't think that he was actually had his eyes in the right. Usually when linebackers don't make bad plays, their eyes are looking at the wrong thing.
Well, and I'll just say this for the defense as a whole, and I think it's why they've improved. But I think, first of all, and he's doing the best he can. But unfortunately for Deontay Lawson, he's getting better. But it reminds me of the year in 2010 when Hightower came back, and he just wasn't himself until the next year.
Yeah, he was 100%.
Because he still kind of doubts it a little bit now.
Well, it's to me, it's just speed. It's it doesn't take, but if you're at 95%, speed wise, that's huge difference, huge. But I think he is getting better from game. Hightower was not very good. Lawson seems to be getting better now. You can see his speed coming back a little bit every game.
Well, and Jefferson, they knew, I think, was going to be productive. Now, sometimes he overruns stuff and he'll guess wrong, but
he's small.
But he does kind of have that memory you need to have. Like, forget it, just keep playing 110 miles an hour. But the two guys that have made them better, we just mentioned Mekhi Hill-Green.
Yep.
He's gotten better every week as he's gotten more comfortable since he transferred from Colorado. And then the other guy is Janze Pierre, who was a third-string guy, but injuries opened the door for him, and he's SEC Defensive Player of the Week. If he can keep rushing like that, and Wes talked about it, he got a little tired in the last game because he's playing a lot of snaps, a lot more than he was. But if he can keep getting better and become a factor every game and help LT Overton, because LT's a guy that people game plan for, then Alabama's going to be a lot better. Rushing the passer.
I think he was the best pass rusher week one, and he continues to get better and more confidence, more and more know what to do. The more he learns, they can move him around, make it that much harder to block him. He plays both sides. He rushes the passer very well from both sides. But when the more they game plan, the more he learns, then you can put him on the guy, their worst blocker. That's what you want to get him on the worst. And he beats inside guys.
Yeah.
He's long. What's his cousin's name?
Courtney Upshaw.
Courtney Upshaw was a dog now. That guy was.
They're both from Eufaula.
Yeah.
I asked him right after the game. I said, hey, man, I know you're cousin's Courtney Upshaw. I says, he already been blowing up your phone? He goes, oh, he was here today. He said, I talked to him before the game. He said, but I hadn't seen him after. But he's like, he was telling me to ball out. And so, yeah, that's his first cousin, Jan Pierre. And Jan's, you could always say he's got length. He's got a lot of talent. I asked him if they were, because I remember they used to move Derek Thomas around a lot. And I asked him, you know, I've seen him lining you up inside a lot. Is that something that you guys kind of studied on film? Because he was beating their inside guys pretty badly.
Yes.
He said, well, that's just what we do on defense. So, the
more he learns, the more they can move him around and the more effective he'll be. I think the guy can, if he has, to me, he has a chance to be just as good as 15 at Auburn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, 100%. The guy's just a sophomore.
Yeah, he's a redshirt sophomore. So,
wow.
Let's go ahead and take our final timeout. Final call for phone calls, walking you up to Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show from Baumhower's in Tuscaloosa. We're at Baumhower's here in Huntsville.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If 0 down on a new Ford sounds good, you need to swing by Jordan and Sparkman before October 31st. Hello, I'm Don Wessels with Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499 leases that come with 0 down and 2 years of premium complimentary maintenance too. Choose a 2025 F-150 STX Crew Cab with the 2.7 liter for $499 a month. A new F-150 less than $500 a month. Or choose its electric brother, the F-150 Lightning, for just $399 a month. Woody Anderson Ford also has 2025 Broncos and Explorers for $499 a month and Bronco Sports and Escapes for only $399 a month. And remember, these leases are 0 down and come with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. 36-month leases with 0 down. First payment due at signing, no security deposit. Plus tax, title tag, fees, and your good credit. Offers end October 31st. Now is the time for a Woody Anderson Ford. Come on in. We can't wait to see you.
Since 1983, Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate's Ann Adams has been your local go-to real estate expert in the area. As a buyer, you can trust Ann's in-depth knowledge of the local housing market to narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in, saving you time when shopping for a new home. When you're ready to sell, Ann's expert negotiation skills will ensure you get a fair price and hassle-free experience. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or email annadamsrise@gmail.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
Hey there, everybody. Bob Baumhower here, letting you know that we understand that times are tough and we truly believe value matters. So, by popular demand, we brought back our Inflation Bites menu featuring scratch-made meals that will make the whole family smile, and your wallet too. Menu items start at just $7.99, and any entree comes with a free beverage. Try our classic tailgate burger for just $8.99, or our hearty Bam Bam chicken platter for $9.99. Baumhower's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 60s across the Tennessee Valley. Some of us could hit the lower 70s, dropping into the mid and upper 40s as we head into the overnight early Thursday morning. A mostly sunny sky Thursday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid 70s.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. The Blitz with Joe Hunk and John Abraham. Weekday morning starting at 9 a.m. on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Final call for phone calls live here from Baumhower's Victory Grille. Jordy Armand, Steve Moulton, as well as Wes Neighbors, here with you on a Wednesday. And then we've got high school football tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a big
and
one because Mae Jemisen's got to stay alive with this. They got to win this game. Gaston City coming to town.
Yep.
Allie Smith, and they've got the Alabama commitment. Zion Gibson, a really good defensive back, and Gaston City never lacks for athleticism, man. That's what you got. Dre Kirkpatrick Sr. and Jr. out of there, and so, and who knows they with the way Alabama, they in this stretch of games, this will be number 5. You get banged up. Sometimes you may have to move a freaking DB to linebacker. So
got a big one on Friday.
I noticed that Bray Hubbard was lining up in the box a ton on Saturday against Tennessee. So
okay.
That'll be interesting. I think Bray got a little banged up himself, but he's a tough kid. But so it wouldn't surprise me, depending on the experience level, that you could see if Alabama – with their linebacker core a little banged up, you might see a guy like QB Reese, Quentin Reese's son, number 36. He may get more reps. Or you could see a defensive back in that system play closer to the line of scrimmage, play in the box, because Dre Kirkpatrick Jr., as Wes was saying off the air, has gotten better, and he's starting to –
I think QB Reese is going to be great.
And Dre Jr. is a violent kid, and I mean that in a good way. I mean, he's not afraid – to put his head in there, and he's not as long and angular as his father, but he's built low to the ground and he's physical.
It took his dad about a year and a half to start hitting people.
And it took about 3 years for him to stop getting cussed out. But once he figured it out as a junior, he played 10 years in the pros.
Yeah, he was really very good.
I mean, if you watched Dre Sr. in high school, he was a freakazoid. Yeah. I mean, I watched him run an interception back against Tuscaloosa County. I went, with the late Butch Actually. We drove down there just to watch Dre, and he ran an interception back and did a somersault into the end zone. And I turned to Butch and said, he's going to cut that out because they will have an aneurysm. But he's when you see a 6'3" corner move like that, it's just uncommon.
Some other highlights from the teleconference today. Drink and I had a bit of a conversation today as he is getting ready to head down to Nashville. Well, you may very well. Drew's been on that for a while. But heading to Nashville where game day is going to be there. And I more or less asked him about that environment, and he was just kind of hemming and hawing around it. And so finally, after he answered that question, this is how I followed it up, and this is how he answered it.
Well, Coach, you guys have earned it as well. I mean, you're part of the matchup as well.
No, we're just a sideshow that gets to show up. It's all about them.
So it's all about Vandy. It's all about Vandy, not Missouri. And so I texted Reese Davis about that, and he said, send me the audio. So anyway, hopefully you might hear the little sideshow antics.
Well, I like Vandy in the game, but I like Vandy's football team, okay, period.
Yeah.
I watched Vandy and Tennessee play Alabama, and I think Vandy's better.
So one thing that he did say earlier about Vanderbilt on what he sees for them, he did throw in they must have unlimited availability because of how old this team is.
Yeah, they have 25.
They are on Social Security.
25 players.
Just how he throws it in there.
Yeah, but they're 25 players that are 6-year guys.
Yeah, they're old as all get out.
25.
Yeah,
are 6-year guys.
AARP.
Which is smart.
I mean, no, look, Clark Lee and his organization and Barton Simmons.
Well, there you go.
They figured it out. They figured out what fits them and how they can win. And they play some cerebral football, but they play physical too. And they just handed LSU their asses. in that game.
I did look it up today. Did you know Bob Shoop is a defensive analyst on the Vanderbilt team?
Oh, good Lord. I don't tell you enough. This ain't your granddad's Vandy when you got a guy that helped Brian Kelly, of all people, get to the playoff.
Yep.
Well, you have also
as an analyst
as well,
mean,
Lemansky Hall, which all he does is win.
Now, is Lemansky at Vanderbilt?
Yes.
Good Lord, that's another.
All he
No
does is
wonder.
win.
I mean, I thought he was still at Clemson.
No, he was at Vanderbilt last year.
Was he really?
There's a reason Vanderbilt's winning.
Yes. Yeah, he left Clemson about the time 3 or 4 years ago. He left so he could be with his daughter.
Right.
He was going to high school in Nashville, which is very, there's not a better person on this earth or a better coach than Lemansky Hall.
I mean, he's a great dude. Like
he wins everywhere he goes.
I could not believe it. I forgot that he actually ate himself into a linebacker because a friend of mine, Roger Myers, he loves to get all his old media guys and take pictures of the depth chart and put it up there for nostalgic purposes.
Yes.
And in like the spring of 91, Lemansky was listed as a strong safety.
Yep.
I mean, he became one hell of an outside linebacker. I can tell you that.
Well, he was actually an inside linebacker as well. He played inside linebacker against Florida, and in the first SEC championship game, he was a junior in that game. He got hurt, and they took him out in the third quarter, and that's when Florida scored all their points. Then they put him back in. They shut him out. He was never in the game when Florida scored in that game.
Director of Player Relations.
Yeah.
Ski. Love him.
Yeah.
I've tried to get him on the show a few times when he was with Clemson and when he was coaching at Innsworth. Because remember, he was at Innsworth for a while in Nashville.
Yep, that's right.
And he was always hedging. But one of these days, I hope to get a chance to interview Ski.
I asked one question to Hugh Freeze today. One question
Freeze.
And one question only.
Is that the most frustrating part? Or not being there for practice during the week? What are you not seeing most on Saturdays that you are seeing during the week, Coach?
Yeah, it's I know that we can fix the things that are. There's times, we look incredibly understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, and on both sides, really. Defensively, it's played more consistently than offensively, and then there's times, we choose to play with the wrong leverage, and then there's times like last week, we have some uncharacteristic drops, and then there's times in the second half where we may not protect quite long enough, or we miss the hot throw or the open throw, and it's just it's a mixture. And obviously some of it is, I made a really bad call on 3rd and goal last week with a freshman center in there that, I've got to make sure I know that everybody can do what we're asking them to do. And then we've got to be able to execute it. And so I'm seeing that in practice, obviously, or we wouldn't feel comfortable calling it in a game. We just got to get the carryover to be more consistent.
Well, let me say this. First of all, they lead the conference in drops.
And sacks.
And sacks. But they're the only team not to score over 20 points in an SEC conference game. And so that all falls on him. Now, I think they need to hire an offensive coordinator, keep recruiting, and I think they'll be fine. But what he just said about the center, that's Bush League. You don't call out a center. Well, I didn't know that he couldn't. That's awful, in my opinion. That it obviously made me mad.
Yeah, brother Hugh.
If 0 down and a new Ford sounds good, you need to swing by Jordan at Sparkman before October 31st. Hello, I'm Don Wessels with Woody Anderson Ford. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499